Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play Planescape Torment. I'm saying that. I might try and stitch this into the last session, so, if so, I'm back! If not, it's a new video, doesn't really matter. Actually, considering the length of the last session, this may well be its own video anyway, so I probably could have gotten away without saying any of that. We've come back in here because I did actually have a bit of a look, and apparently there is another section to the festival we've not visited. There's the festival, there's the public sensorium, the private sensorium, and there's like a living quarters area somewhere. So obviously I've just missed a door somewhere. So we're gonna meander around, kind of in vague search of these things. I wonder what happens if we go and talk to Merriman, actually. Where is he? Let's talk to Merriman. I'm rather intrigued. Let's probably go around this way now, I think. Go on, name this one. You're right there. Actually, now I've turned around, he's probably just coming this way, isn't he? I think I just saw the cursor change around there. Where is he? Oh, is he just gone? He's just gone. Ah. Movement. Ooh, what? Are there
I'm gone.
Are there more than is there more than the one section? Let's all read. Let's go and talk to the clerk, shall we? What's up on the chairs? The attractive young woman smiles pleasantly. Greetings, sir. She closes her eyes and flips through a large ledger, stopping at what seems to be a random page and opening her eyes at once. Ah, here's your room key. She hands you a small key. The easternmost chamber's been waiting quite some time for your return. Would you like to rest now, sir? What do you mean waiting for my return? The clerk gives you a strange look. My ledger indicates that this is your key, sir, and has been for a good long time. If that is not so, then perhaps I'm merely mistaken. Would you like to rest now, sir? Yes. I've been wasting so much money. Okay. Oh, I didn't need to do that. So we're in the easternmost room. Is this our room? Okay. We have a good idea that we all managed to get into that bed. Ooh, bookshelves! Most important thing you can have in a room. Mine, all mine. They're all mine. The spells and the power. No, this is definitely our room then. Actually, let's give the spells to you and keep it my thought then. Pacify. Violence is not always the bloodshed. As per the name, the spell will magically pacify 2 to 8 creatures of 6 hit dice or less. And the effect affects all creatures except undead. Must immediately make a save throw as a spell. If they fail to stop all activities that require any exertion, including arguments, combat, etc. That could definitely be useful in a sense of words. In useful in social situations as well, because we're stopping people arguing. How frail is the body when it depends upon its eyes? When sight is removed, things become harder to hit, and the sufferer becomes an easy target. -4 to attack rolls, but +4 to attack rolls against. You get all those spells that you can. Looking for needles and thread. I don't need that. No, you should probably stop. Yeah, and we've got some spells we can sell. Good.
Done.
And in this one we find a lot of random charms. This door is locked. Do I have the key for this? Clearly not. Thrice blind. 3 cranium rat tails have been woven into a small charm. Still twitch occasionally. Slit toe it within target charm. The target's vision will turn black. And it will help us reduce net combat. Right.
Hi?
I need you to... No, wrong button.
Why not?
All right.
Scroll of Fire and Ice, and Dodecahedron. Okay. A red sphere of fire and a blue sphere of ice shall streak forth and quickly strike down the target of your choosing. 2 crystal spheres strike a specified target. The red sphere explodes into a fireball of 30-foot radius that inflicts 3 to 8 points of damage upon all within range. The blue one, same area effect, 3 to 18 of cold damage within range. Okay. This heavy dodecahedron, about the size of both your fists balled together, seems inexplicably familiar to you. Its texture is cold and smooth, but whether it's metal or stone you cannot tell. A certain, almost intangible tension runs over the object, as if it were ready to spring into the air at any moment. Use it. This heavy dodecahedron, about the size of... Same thing. Examine the dodecahedron closely. Upon closer examination, you realise that each side of the dodecahedron is a plate that can be twisted clockwise or anti-clockwise. It appears to be a puzzle box or combination lock. I know that this hasn't happened in this game, but I'd love to have like an actual puzzle that you've got to figure out as the player. I'm mad. As each of the pentagonal plates has 5 possible positions, the dodecahedron has no less than 244,140,625 settings. Okay, maybe that shouldn't be something for the player to fiddle with. It will take every second of the next 77 odd years to hit all the combinations, but then you might just get lucky and stumble onto a solution in minutes. Fiddle with it for a bit. As you methodically twist the cold grey facets of the dodecahedron, a strange sensation forms at the base of your skull. Your hands seem to move of their own accord, turning the object and spinning its facets with mechanical precision. You've done this before. You knew the combinations once, and you also became aware that there's a certain danger within the object. Whether it's from simple traps or something less mundane, though, you cannot recall. Keep working. In moments, you have what might be the first 4 sides locked into their proper places. As you begin to twist the 5th side of the dodecahedron, you recall a cunning blade trap that would snap out to lash a meddler's hands, slashing their wrists and severing fingers. You avoid the trap with the proper number of rotations, certain that you've made progress in the unravelling of the object's secret. Keep working there. After avoiding the dodecahedron's springing blades, you slowly puzzle out the next series of facet positions. As you start to turn the 9th side of the dodecahedron, you suddenly remember a second trap. Jets of toxic gas that would form a billowing cloud of lethal corrosive vapour around a curious meddler. You circumvent the trap with the correct number of twists, positive that you've nearly unlocked the dodecahedron. Well, let's keep going, shall we? You circumvent the dodecahedron's poisonous gas trap and begin your work on the final facet positions. Just as you're locking the 12th pentagon into place, you recollect sorcerous runes hidden within the dodecahedron that would blast the unwetting holder with bolts of magical lightning. After disarming this trap with the correct number of facet rotations, the dodecahedron clicks and begins to open in your hands. The dodecahedron splits once, twice, and eventually unfolds itself, impossibly, into a perfectly regular tablet the size of a large book. Etched into its surface are a series of bizarre symbols. It looks to be a code or language that you feel you should be familiar to. It should be familiar to you, but it's not. Further examination of the tablet reveals that by twisting the pentagonal facets that are now upon the underside of the tablet, different pages may be displayed across the tablet's face. You finally realise that the dodecahedron is a tome or journal of some sort. Oh, right, well this is our room, isn't it? This is our journal. Part of me was thinking, actually, kind of when we getting here, is like, oh, maybe this is where the seat is that we need. Maybe I need to go into the other rooms and find it. I don't know. Finally, until I learn to read this language, I might as well just put it away.
Updated my journal.
My journal. Yeah, learn the language. Right.
Done.
Let us explore, shall we? You see a small and closed patio through these glass doors, but can't go out. I wonder if we're allowed to. I wonder if they'll try and stop us. I probably. Well, I know where this is now. We'll try going in through. Try going through the other door, because the other door also had a or area, not that, like this area. I wonder if this is a separate place. No. Okay, so they both lead to the same area. We're looking for a language, and we've got a linguist down here, haven't we? Let's have a chat with him. Although he's not been talking to us, has he? Maybe that's because we hadn't found what we needed him for. Well... gonna have to think about this. We should probably go through the other rooms. I mean, part of me's not sure whether we should or shouldn't. Just that we might get into a load of trouble. Familiar with the language. More languages. I mean, we could meander out. We could go around and meander through all the rooms, and just to kind of see if there's. Because I was also thinking maybe that guy's head is in there somewhere. Where is that book? Oh, we have a book. No, we have his. What's your name again? Finham the journalist. Don't we have his Finham's book? Right, I'll have it on my person. That might be why he wasn't responding to us. Oh, hello. Finham glances your way, having chosen to grace my home once more. Have you? What is it you wish of me this time? Some questions. I would have you know that I'm a scholar and a linguist. Ah! Oh, of course, we didn't have a question for him before. Unfold the dodecahedron to a page with writing on it and ask if he can translate it. He takes the unfolded dodecahedron in his hands and examines it closely. This language is a long dead one, known to virtually no one. I believe my father, a linguist like myself, knew this language. I may well have been the only man in Sigil at the time that could understand it. I recognize it from his notes, but I cannot translate it. Oh, do you have those notes still? They'll be of no use to you if you're looking to translate anything, and the few actual books he had pertaining to that language disappeared around the time of his murder, I believe. Your father was murdered? Strangled he was. He had left to tutor someone. He taught various languages to supplement his research income, and was discovered dead in a side chamber of the Civic Fest Hall. The killer was never found. This was some, 50 years ago now. But I was but a child. He knew the language and could teach it? Surely he did, and could, were he alive today. My father was said to be a great teacher. I have his skill with the language, but not his patience for others, sadly. Is he in the mortuary?
Updated my journal.
No, his ashes are kept here. He points to a bronze urn, sitting atop a cabinet beside a bouquet of purple flowers. Why? A necroscope, are you? Speak with the dead? He suddenly frowns. I have no wish to speak of these things any longer. You'll have to excuse me, sir. Farewell. Okay.
I'm gone.
Surprised I can't, And yeah, I've got your book. I have your book. But, let me just talk to this guy. Oh. Am I meant to use that on that? That seems a bit stupid. Ah, there we go. There is an urn atop the small cabinet full of ashes and charred bits of bone. Etched into the base of the urns are Finn and Lee, beloved husband, father, and scholar of 100 languages. News stories bones tell. The ashes seem to stir faintly as if moved by a breath. A faraway voice whistles up from within the urn. Why have I been summoned to these ashes, cold and grey as the heart of a hag? No, I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do that.
I'm gone.
Unless I have to. Questions. Hold that to the writing. Get those notes still. Okay, I'd very much like to see them just the same. I'm not certain where they are just now. I'm looking for something else in my research journal. Perhaps when I recovered it, I could spare the time. Is this book right here?
Updated my journal.
Why, yes it is. Here you are then. My father's notes. Square then, are we? Good. I have to look over my notes now, see if you'll excuse me. Thank you. Farewell.
Looks like my skills have increased.
Yay! Go Mort. Go Mort. Right. These are notes. Use them. These are notes of the deceased linguist Finn Andli. They are composed of his research into the language of the Uyo, which seems remarkably similar to the writing you found hidden in the dodecahedron puzzle box. Read over carefully and see if it sparks a memory.
Updated my journal.
As you read over Finn Andli's notes regarding the lost language of the Uyo, there is a throbbing sensation in your temples as a memory begins to surface. Memories of this language. You recall letters, words, phrases, until, like a spire wind blowing away the blanket of poisonous smog over the great foundry, the language is once more revealed to you in its entirety. You should be able to read the writing in the dodecahedron now. Yay. So we go back to the dodecahedron.
Updated my journal.
Alright, you hacked the cold grey dodecahedron up to examine it carefully. Now aware of the various traps it holds for the incautious user, and how to avoid them entirely. Having learned the dead language of the Uyo, you'll at last be able to decipher its contents. The tablet turns out to be a journal of sorts, one kept by some prior incarnation of yourself, it would seem, and not an altogether sane one either. There are only a handful of completely coherent sections. We'll browse through it. What do you want to read? Oh dear. Right. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Whispering shadows. The whispers are not the shadows moving. They are speaking, plotting, talking to each other. I can understand some of what they say. Female ghost. The book tells me things, whispers things. It tells me to avoid the ghost girl, avoid her. I don't know her, and she torments me. I assume that's Dianora, the ghost girl. Read about hiding something within your own body. And so I swallowed it, hoping it'd catch in my bowels. I can make someone remove it when I need to. Way ahead of you there. Paranoid renting. I have learned that my life is not my own. I will not allow you to have my life. You will have to pull my life from my broken body if you want it. It's you who will die. If I cannot have it, neither will you. You are responsible for this treason of flesh. You will not live to live my life. Oh, it's this fellow. Accursed tattoos. The accursed tattoos will not leave my skin. I've tried to burn them off of my skin. Failed. I try and cloak myself, but I always feel that people are reading my flesh, reading me like a book. Whenever they look at me, I want to tear their eyes out, pluck them from their sockets, and crush them beneath my heel. This guy's completely bonkers. Dreams and revel. Why can't I dream? I used the goblet of Samir to force a waking dream. I saw a hag. She tempted me, threatened me with the shadows. I have never seen her, but she came when I dreamt. I must not dream again. I must always be aware. I destroyed the goblet. She says she is someone of power, and that she will have me, will find me. Get away, hag. Stay far from me. Leave me in peace. I want nothing to do with you. Her voice reeked of evil's talons. Talons like spiders. They burrowed into my grave matter. I needed her out of my mind. Out, hag. She was a myth, a fairy tale who alone challenged the Lady of Pain. How can one fight someone who is a myth? I don't have the weapons. I need weapons that would kill her should she find me. I need a strategy so she cannot defeat me when she comes for me. I must devise and think I shall beat her. Read something else. Danger of names. Fear names. Names have power and identity. Names can be used as weapons by others. They are a hook that be used to track you, find you, hunt you across the plains. Remain nameless. You shall be safe. We've not been mentioning using names anyway, so we'll go killing the Festal. Oh, did we kill him? I went to the Festal looking for the path of my false self in its halls. So glaring was it that those I did not know, the false ones, welcomed me into their confidence, treated me as a friend, showed me my room, attended to my needs. I had to restrain myself from launching out against them. That would have been premature. First, I needed to protect my identity. I found one who knew the exclusive language of the Uyo, learned it as I could, then killed him. Then I went to the Sensorium, prepared to end the matter. Soon. It's that fellow, yes. The murderer only tried to help you. Oh no. There is nothing he can do. Memories are gone, he says, never to return. He says lies, and tells me this is what he told me. Lies, he said my mind is weakening every death. Lies, he sat there, betraying my confidence with every turn. He says that only after 3 more deaths, 3 more lives will I gain the benefit of keeping my memories. But I die, myself, I will die when I die. Die! How can one be immortal and still die? He could not answer, so he was of no use. I budget him so that no other incarnation will ever benefit from his uselessness. Okay, so I assume basically this is like you keep forgetting things, but now you remember. So they're trying to. So they've solved that. Okay, that's quite good because that's 3 deaths ago. So that means there's 2 incarnations between he and I.